Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And tonight I'm here. I was about to eat dinner, as you can see in front of me, and I'm like, I was on a roll from earlier today on the whole topic of relationship, and I'm like, why not just think aloud while you're eating, given you're already on a roll. And what's the thing? Put it out there. Maybe somebody out there wants to hear this or need to hear this. And I can go on and on and on and on and on this topic. And maybe even my food get cold. Because when I'm on a roll, I'm just on a roll and I'm just talking and flowing and the whole relationship thing. I can basically talk from a wide perspective based on experience and things that I actually see, experiences from other persons around me or whatever the case may be. But relationship, I'm telling you, is a whole energy to itself. And I can talk about it, as I said earlier, all day, every day. So a lot of us enter into relationships not even knowing what is a relationship and what a relationship should basically entail. Being in a relationship is not being by yourself. It's actually a connection between one or more than one person's. Not a self-centered thing. But a lot of us enter into relationships and think that this union is all about me and whatever. Whether it is one person, an intimate relationship, work relationship, family friend relationship, whatever the type of relationship may be. A lot of us enter into relationships and think that, okay, this should be all about me, and if I'm not getting my way, it's no way at all. And life shouldn't be like that. And we be in relationships and think that, okay then, whatever, and we can get up every day and be like, I live in the past and I reminisce on the past and I talk about the past and not getting over the past and what I've been through. And I understand that what we as human beings have been through in life would basically gear us into a certain direction, or onto a certain path based on the persons around us and who we involve or engage with in terms of relationship. Same way. And when I look, what is a relationship? And I'm talking intimate relationship now. What is a relationship? Sometimes some of us enter into a relationship and we don't even have a goal. We don't even know what we want out of that relationship. We are just so we have this strong phobia to monogamy, where we just think that, okay then, I can have one person, or talking to one person I'm going to be too seem or come off as too needy or too this or too that or whatever somebody might think. It doesn't really matter what do you think, what do you want as an individual. And some of us treat relationships like phones and the internet. So the phone and the internet is basically a relationship to itself. So they have some form of relation in terms of there are certain features on the phone or certain features that can be activated on the phone, but without the internet it cannot be activated. And we have the phone, there's no internet, we just play a game. So we have persons in our lives, and we are so caught up in our own minds that the other person is the internet we're talking about now. We are so caught up in our own minds that the internet is there, but just to click a button or click swipe down the screen and tap the Wi-Fi, turn on the Wi-Fi, you have internet. We're just so caught up in our minds that we have the phone, and before we do that, or not even taking the time out to see how this thing work. My first smartphone, how it work? How do I connect to the internet? You know? Instead, we just take the phone and we play games with the phone. And we don't even know the real purpose of the phone. And sometimes being in our minds, like, it can be so devastating. So devastating, because a lot of us get up and we talk ourselves into certain things that are negative, and we talk ourselves out of things that are negative just the same, and vice versa. So it's a whole thing, and it's the same thing. I might be all over the place or whatever. It's because I'm so excited about talking about relationships, and I am not just excited about talking about relationships, but I am passionate about it based on where I'm at in life at this particular moment in time, and things that I've gone through, experiences experiences that I have basically garnered information from, I can now put out there to help other persons. Being a young adult, I can say this much: it is best for one to not rush into things, but take time to know yourself. Take time to know yourself, what you like, what you can offer in a relationship of substance and value. Because a lot of, not just young girls, I'm not going to pick on the young girls, because you have males and females that are just the same. They enter into a relationship and think that, oh, once she get the sex right and thing, that's all she want. Once we put it on him good, that's all him want. And there's a lot more substance beyond sex that relationships have. And a lot of us does the concept all wrong. We get the whole concept wrong. Well, it's not really wrong, it's just how one sees it. But how some of us see it, it's a recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster.
Let me tell you something, my young sister, young queen. You can't make no man fall in love with you with sex. I hear y'all talking all this, talking about, I'm going to put it on him to the point he going to lose his mind.
Because I don't see how you have a young individual, 24, 23, between 20 to 25, 24, thereabouts, and they're just lowering themselves to the male, and I'm talking to the females. They just lower themselves to male and think that, okay, man have to do this or man have to do that and whatever. And mind you, I think that I, as an individual, my age, I'm on the more mature side. So certain things don't really, I'm not really fancy about certain things. I'm not really gyrated about certain things. Certain things don't really take me like that. So, and I'm telling you, this whole thing, relationship thing, if it's not being maintained, just like you have your house, you live in it. If you're not maintaining your house, before you know it, it's going to draw you away. If you don't clean your house for 2 weeks, before you know it, Anthony Roach is going to pull you out that house. And I'm not sure how many persons in the comment section can relate to being involved or knowing anything about real estate. So you buy a property, and over a period of time, so you say for instance you buy a property for $10 million, 5 years time, that property is going to be appreciated. The value of the property is going to be appreciated, where it can now value $15 million. But it all depends on the maintenance that you put into that property. So you trim up the place, you groom up the place, you paint up the place. If it's just a land, you keep the place properly groomed and thing and whatever. Cut trees, grass. You don't have the place grow up into a whole forest. So in doing that, if you are supposed to sell that property, it's going to cost the other person less, henceforth increasing the value of the property. So it's the same as relationships. You have a property, you have your house. When you bought the house valued $15 million. And you have the house for 10 years. You have never painted the house since you have gotten the house. You haven't done any repairs, so that be minor repairs or major repairs. When it's time for you to sell that house, if you do not plan to add any form of face value to it, then the value automatically depreciates. And if you had been, keeping the property in a good light, a good standing, that property value could have doubled or even tripled, depending on even the surrounding properties. And it's just crazy how some of us will just enter relationships and we'll just wreck ourselves and wreck other persons around us. So one advice when entering into a relationship, for not just a relationship but a long-term relationship and something that you want to last. One, get to know yourself. Feel out yourself. Know what you like, know what you don't like, know what triggers you. Step back out of your own self, out of your own body, out of your own mind. Look back at your past in terms of your childhood growing up. What type of person were you? What has changed with you? What have you gone through that you need to do some work on? So that's two. Well, one, get time to know yourself. Yeah, so I break down that. Two, learn about the person that you want to be involved with. A lot of us go for a facial, a certain look, a certain type, or he must be working at the bank, or he has to be of a certain job type or a certain class of society, or he must be thick or he must be slim, and go for more than that. Look for more than that, because all of that can just be a facade. All of that can and will change over time, but the person that lies within that body, that you see that appearance outside, is way, 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 way more valuable than just what you see on the front. Not saying that you should see an ugly girl and say, okay, then that girl them want, or I like that girl there, or see an ugly man and say, okay, then he might look me so. I just give him a try and thing. Know what you want and choose value and values over looks, over materialistic things. So choose wisely. Get time to know that individual, whether it is a male or a female, whosoever it may be for you. Take time to know that person and not rush and say, okay, then I'm getting older and I need to get this, I need to reach a certain part of my life or whatever. Because in essence, we have to know what we're getting ourselves into, and a lot of us can't really live with ourselves if we are supposed to be in a relationship with ourselves. So that is that. And one of the things that I've learned as well is that when you give too much too soon in a relationship, so if you're a man and you give too much, if you're a woman and you give too much, so you're playing a wife role and you're not even being established to say that, okay, then we're in a relationship, you're basically locked away in a box. That man can always know that, okay, then when I want you, I come and I know where to find you, or I know that I can get this or I can get that. So right there and then you're doing something good, but at the end of the day somebody else look at it another way to say that, alright, this, that. So in doing that, they basically get a lot of information, and in one's mind they think that they are growing, when in real life it's just like a guinea pig. So you're just an experiment to find out what really do I want in life, what type of female do I like, what type of female do I value, what type of male do I like, what type of male do I value. So don't give too much, especially when you're in a dating stage and everything is in limbo and whatever, because people will always be people. So don't give too much, especially if you're younger than 25. Don't give too much. Don't give too much at all, because at the end of the day a man might just look and say, oh, she young, so it no makes sense not really be with her, because at the end of the day she young and she not living her life yet, or she can leave me today or she can leave me anytime or whatever because me old, and or vice versa. Him can't leave me because him a big man and this and that and whatever. So just I can talk about this topic like for the entire day and never get out hours, but you know I have to cut it short and spicy. So any question that you have, anything that you'd want me to talk about, you can just drop it in the comment section down below and I'll ask you questions. I'll be sure and gladly happy to answer those questions. If you want a part 2 on relationships, drop it in the comment section and let me know what you think. Because I can talk forever about relationships. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to give this video a like if you do like it, and if you want to see more exceptional content, click that subscribe button, don't forget to click the notification bell so you can be notified each time a new video is posted on this channel. And yeah, so we're out. Bye.